Hello guys, it's Wixxi here, back again with another video. This time, this one's mostly like intended towards like a comment that I got on my last video, and that was asking me what my settings are. And I never really put thought into it because over the years, like I've kind of like added a few things, I've sort of like removed a few things from them, and I'm not gonna sit here and say it's like the best possible settings, but over time, I'm trying to like maximize like I guess efficiency in my settings as a pro ADC and just playing in Challenger like all my life. I think I feel like I have like a really good setup when it comes to playing AD carry specifically or playing just high ranked league in general, right? So first off, I'm gonna start off with quick cast and all these things up here. Guys, do quick cast all. If you're playing characters that you know all your skill shots, which you should, because you know you should be playing try hard on all the characters that you like know their ranges. Like with Zarya, I know her Q range perfectly, and if I don't, I'll just hover my mouse over it, try to memorize it, and then just keep it on quick cast. Like for me, quick cast has always been like the easiest way to do things, like instantly and without any hesitation. It's just it feels better in that way. My macros, my abilities, the standard things. I never really changed it. QWER. I have Flash on D. I don't even know if that matters. I feel like it's just your comfort, whatever you got used to when you started playing League. Trinket on 4. Um, and it's just the standard setup for that. But when it comes to like my macros, I think the one thing that I do actually meddle with a bit is my camera control. And in my camera control, the things that I change are these four right here. Select ally 1, 2, 3, and 4. I make these ZXCV in this order. So what that does is, let's see if I can spawn. Does this work? Okay, it doesn't work. But basically, if you press ZXCV, it locks your camera onto like your allies, and it helps your camera movement a lot. I would say ZXCV are like the most comfortable for me because when I'm like offhanded and when I'm trying to like look around the map, instead of dragging my mouse onto the map like this, I would use Z to look at my top laner, X to look at my jungler, C to look at my mid laner, and V to like look at my support. So it goes in that order, and those are like the only things that I kind of like have a macro for specifically. And when it comes to selecting myself, I don't really care. And when it comes to like locking and unlocking my camera, I always just settle with the basic Y, just pressing Y, or yeah, pressing Y and just dragging my mouse around. One thing that I do recommend for everyone to have in your settings, um, first and foremost, is down here in game, your mouse speed should always be at 50 in game. IMO, like if like let's say I would say I would not recommend this if you play like a first person shooter and League you want to like edit your mouse speed to your normal mouse speed. But if League is your main game, I would say matching your DPI with your normal DPI means if you're at 50 mouse speed, then whatever DPI you have is whatever DPI you'll have in game. And you kind of want to keep that stagnant, you know, like I memorized my DPI. It's like 2,750 or something. I change it here and there if I'm like feeling a little sluggish on my mouse, but always keep your mouse speed at 50. And when it comes to your camera move speed, I personally like 35 or like just slightly below 50, so I can like drag my camera and look around accurately. Because if you go above 50, you know, let me just give you an example. At 59, it just moves way too quick. You know, like at that point, just use like bindings to look at your teammates or look at fights. Like this is way too fast that I just be getting dizzy. I used to play like that. I used to get dizzy. But yeah, 35 is the magic number for me. Um, Down here, since we're on the game section already, I would say get rid of like auto attack. Auto attack is really, really bad. It just makes you hit things that you would not want to hit otherwise. It makes you break a minion wave freeze. It makes you hit the wave when you don't want to. And it's just overall useless. Get rid of it. Auto attack, bad. Uh, this one is really big. Treat target champions only as a toggle. So my target champions only is on Tilda, I'm pretty sure. Um, Let me see where it is. It's on Tilda, and whenever I use that, basically I'm able to like hit minions or like hit champions without hitting a minion on accident, you know? It's just like target champions only is really useful, but only as a toggle, because otherwise you have to hold it. You have to hold it all the time. You see how my mouse turns red here? That means, or my cursor, that means that I'm able to like hit targets without targeting a turret or a minion. You see how like now it's glowing the turret? It means I can target it. But look, with target champions only, I can hit a champion without even like having to worry. And since it's a toggle, it'll just stay like that. I don't have to hold it or anything. So always keep that toggled always. And attack move on cursor. I think this one is like automatically enabled. Correct me if I'm wrong. But that just means like a lot of AD carry mains like we attack move, and stuff like that. We hit with our range thing. But usually if you don't have it on your cursor, it'll just hit the target nearest to you, which is what you don't want at all. You want to be able to hit people. Let me give you an example of that. Let me turn off attack move on cursor for a second. I'm gonna try to hit this little guy behind. Wait, what? What the heck? Oh. Wait, what? No, there we go, there we go. I'm gonna try to click back here, and I'm gonna hit this guy right in front of me for some reason. It just targets the enemy closest. But if I turn that off, I can click right behind him, and I'll hit the guy nearest to my click. Because obviously sometimes you'll miss your click, so you want it to go like right at the guy you were intending to hit. You know, even if you're not perfectly accurate, you want to be at least towards what you want to hit. Right here, I'm heading towards this guy, and that's a really useful thing to have. Everything else, standard. You know, the rest of these don't really matter. Per side offset is a must. It helps you see more on the other side of the map that you're playing against. Per side offset is clean. Guys, this is a really, really big one actually in a game. Move camera on revive. Just disable this one. It's automatically enabled, I think, for every account. Disable the setting no matter what, because if you're ever playing a teleport ADC, like you're probably gonna play like a TP mage bot lane someday, or you're gonna play a TP top laner auto-filled, like turn this off, because sometimes you're trying to teleport and look at a freaking let me show you an example of this. It's so frustrating. How do I TP again? Frick. My bad, guys. I'm pretty new to this whole thingy. Okay. I'm going to turn it off, and I'm going to show you how frustrating this is. Let's freaking do this. Imagine I die like this, and I want to TP to this tower and collect this wave, right? I'm spamming TP. I'm spamming TP to get there as soon as possible. Watch what happens. It moves my camera here, so I have to now like manually TP, and it's so like it's bothersome. Just turn it off. Like you'll thank me later. Your TPs will be instant. You don't have to get like completely cucked by the game. And yeah, just remove that trash. It's worthless. When it comes to interface, this I feel like is the most subjective. It depends on mostly your comfort and what you're used to. For me, do never make your HUD that big. I would say keep your HUD below 60. 60 I would say is the maximum. If your HUD gets too big, you just lose too much like vision at the bottom to see things. I, for one, keep my minimap at like a good, I usually keep this at 60, but it's at 59. Basically, minimap at around 60. I don't want it to be too massive, and I'm not blind as a bat to where I cannot see things on the map on this size. I feel like this size is perfect for me to see. Obviously, change it however you want so you can see in your case. And for chat, I keep my chat fairly like big usually. Like I don't keep it that small. I want to at least be able to see things like summoner spell timings and stuff like that. Shop scale. Shop scale. You kind of want your shop scale at least like this one is really important. You want your shop less than 50. You want it to be kind of small. You want it to cover half your screen or something, not the entire screen. So you can at least like if you're shopping while recalling, you don't want to get like like freaking jinx rocketed without being able to see it coming or something like that. You know, you want to have at least some vision while you're shopping. Besides that, all these are blah blah blah. Oh wait, this is streamer mode. I didn't even know that was a thing. Just show names above health bar. I think this is really important to edit. Never put the champion name. I would say always put summoner name Oh, I don't know. I mean, never put summoner name. Always put champion name or no name. So you just don't get like annoyed by what the enemy team like what their names are. Like just to like fully lock in. I usually had this changed when I was playing against pro players and I was like getting into my head sometimes. I would just turn off names and it would just be me versus the champion at all times. I play with the new cursor. I've actually spoken to a coach once, a professional coach, saying that the new cursor is just the best, better than legacy cursor because of how sharp and thin it is. It just feels more precise. It's like a mouse clicker. It just feels better for performance slightly if you want to really max out your tryhard settings. Show off-screen ping is useful. A lot of these are like auto-enabled already. These are really important, guys. I think you really want I think you want to definitely turn on show spell costs. Like this is really important. So you can at least see like how much mana you're spending on your things, so you can do the math on your mana bar. Show attack range, it's really important. These things that I have all enabled are important. Enable line missile display, also very important. You want to see like how thick your skill shot, how it looks. If you are hovering your mouse over it, and disable HUD spell click. I've seen a lot of people disable it because they don't like misclicking it. Honestly, I do find some value in it, like TPing or something in a hurry. Like, I don't know, like there is some merit to HUD spell click, but I don't disable it because I don't find myself misclicking that badly. It's up to you mostly in that for that part. These all enabled, scoreboard. All these don't really matter that much. Show timestamps. I think this one's really disabled usually, like, and you should have it enabled. Like, you just need it for when you're timing summoner spells, and you could see timestamps, so you could see when someone flashed. Like, I would just spam ping my flash, and that would be at 13 minutes. I would know it's up at 18 minutes then. So yeah, timestamps are really strong. I mute enemy emotes because I'm a bit of a salty player sometimes. Like I hate when people emote on me, so I disable it. You know what, sue me, dude. In combat text, I keep all of these on. All of these are very useful, and I feel like it's not really like distracting. It's always like useful information, you know. Yeah, I think that's it for like interface. Sound, this is completely your preference. I don't really play with music. Like the music is so quiet. It's at 4. Like it's like barely there, but I would say, you know, keep it pretty low. My pings, honestly, I don't really keep my pings that high. I keep them just high enough that I can notice them, but it gets really frustrating when people spam ping. So I keep them like lower than 50 for sure. The most important sounds are like sound effects and like voice volume, I guess, like because I like listening to my characters like voice lines sometimes. Like it locks me in. But sound effects are the most important part in League for sure. These are like the most important things. Everything else doesn't matter. Video. Depends on your PC, obviously, but shadows. I just turn my shadows off because there's no point in looking at the shadows, and it harms your I guess your FPS the most, I think. So yeah, just turn off shadow. Honestly, it's not good. The frame rate, all that stuff, chill. Overall, like that's pretty much. I think this is another one. Bind auto attack move to left click. I think I have that. Yeah, I think that's like something that's not that normal in settings, like left click, but I do that for my left click, so I can at least differentiate my right clicks from my left click. So bind auto attack move to left click is pretty big. I mean, overall, guys, my settings are not super complicated. All my things are regular. My QWER, my bindings for my items are all normal. Like I keep them at like 1, 2, 3 for my actives and all that stuff. And overall, like, yeah, my my settings are pretty simple, guys. Like this is pretty much it. So if you want to copy these, if you think it'll help you out a bit, go on ahead. ADC is pretty standard. A lot of it is just like using your attack move and having good, comfortable clicks with that. And besides that, you know, just like everything else, I got you. So thanks for watching the video, guys. See you in the next one.